Hello and welcome to the Too Faded to Play podcast. I am one of your hosts, Eggs, and I'm here alongside my buddy LSD.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Yeah, so this is the Halloween episode. We're kind of doing a little bit of a special for Halloween, kind of doing a bit of a scary theme, I guess. It's nothing crazy, but yeah.
Yep, so we are in costume. I am a bear.
I'm a member of the Hung Horse Stables. Yeah. And my name, Rider Hard.
That's excellent. Yeah, man. So I'm definitely a beer.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do, we're going to drink some beer today.
We'll be drinking some beer.
Definitely. So this episode, we're drinking one called Southern Tier Brewing Company. And this is pumpkining.
Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
Yeah. I picked this up out of Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yeah. Picked this up out of Myrtle Beach. And it's only right that we keep it Halloween themed. We got the pumpkin on there.
That's pretty cool. Like pumpkin guy, he's got a crown and
Yeah.
it's like king. Oh, I get a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But there's also another treat that we're doing. We're also drinking these out of our beer hats.
Never actually used one of these before.
Never. So you gotta set them up. Yeah, so you're drinking them out of these damn hats.
It'll, it feels unstable.
Yeah. It's a
I
little,
feel like I can't move my head whatsoever.
it's a little wild, but it's gonna be interesting. You know, this is the Halloween episode. So we're drinking some pumpkin beer. So what do you think of it?
It's not bad. There's definitely like pumpkin spice in it.
Yeah, definitely pumpkin spice. Oh shit, I'm dribbling over here. But it's a little crazy because once you start sucking it, it just it's just gone.
You're just kind of stuck doing it.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Anyways, what you been up to, man?
Well, I mean, same as always, just playing video games.
Playing video games. Same here, man. Same here, man. Playing video games. That Assassin's Creed came out, Mirage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, beat it.
Already.
Yeah, it was short, very
Really?
short.
Okay.
Not like your typical Assassin's Creed, you know. But it was fun. Don't get me wrong, it was fun. It's probably the shortest Assassin's Creed that I've ever played.
Okay. Yeah, see, I heard they were going more of a like original style, like not as big and crazy as they were doing at the last few ones, where it was just gigantic open worlds and stuff. They were trying to dial it back a little bit. This thing is just dripping all over my arm.
Honestly, man, I think they dialed it back a little bit too far.
Okay.
Because it was, really short. I actually 100%ed this game.
Really?
I've never 100%ed an Assassin's Creed ever.
It just came out too.
Yeah, like I did everything. Side missions, contract missions, every hidden chest, like, cause I was just playing it nonstop, man. But yeah, man, it was interesting.
I don't like these hats. They keep spitting on me. Even though you lock it up, it still like dribbles.
Well, folks, the hats ain't working out.
No, it's too much of a mess.
It's too much of a balancing thing, and yeah, it's just too much going on. So, it was fun while it lasted.
Beer's not bad though.
No, beer is actually really good. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin spice, but it's not bad. But back to Assassin's Creed. The open world, it wasn't as open. You're pretty much in the city the entire time.
Okay.
but there is a little bit of desert play, but there's nothing out in the desert, so there's really nothing out there unless you go going to look for like a chest or something like that.
Okay.
But there's like really nothing out there. But it was fun. It was fun.
I actually started a new save on Gran Turismo 5.
Okay.
Because that's my favorite of the Gran Turismo games, and maybe one of these days we can do like a racing game topic.
Yeah.
But Gran Turismo 5 is my favorite one because you can play the entire game out of the used car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the randomness of it. So you just like you go do a couple races, and then it's like your next race you need a European hatchback, and then you go into the used car dealership and look for a European hatchback, and there's like 30 cars in there, and they shuffle them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever European hatchback happens to be in there, that's the car you're stuck with now. And that's the one you have to buy and have to race with. And I like playing it like that, so...
Okay.
I played a bit of it. I haven't gotten too far back in, but... Other than that, I haven't really been playing too much in anticipation for Final Fantasy VII, as I've said before.
Yeah, it's just been Assassin's Creed Mirage for me. And the game that we played for our topic. Mm-hmm. And that was really it.
I say, speaking of that, do you want to get into that game?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah?
No, we can get into it.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I actually really liked it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
I mean, me too, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's... For the people who missed the last episode or the call out on it, we're playing Dementium the Ward, which
Yes.
is a DS first-person shooter horror game.
Right.
On the original DS, not 3DS, not like the Switch. It's the original blocky PS1 graphic-looking DS.
Yeah, like, at first I didn't know what to expect, because I thought it was just going to be like kind of weird. Mm-hmm. But it gave me like a Resident Evil type of vibe. Like the first Resident Evil. That's what it kind of gave me.
Yeah, because you're just kind of walking through tight hallways.
Right.
Trying to not get these monsters to kill you.
It's just dark and just very, very violent.
Yeah, it
Surprisingly
is.
For a Nintendo.
I actually kind of looked some stuff up about that. This game is one of 11 total games released for the DS that are rated M.
Really?
Yeah, there was only 11 games total.
I believe that.
This is one of them, and then the sequel to this, Dementium 2, is one of the other ones.
This is actually a very fun game. It took a little while for me to get used to it because you got to kind of control it with two hands.
Yeah.
You got to use like a stylus to control it, and then like your up and down and your movement. But it was cool. It was real cool.
Yeah, you use the touch screen to look around.
Yeah.
And then you use the directional buttons to walk, and then you push the left bumper to shoot your gun or attack with whatever weapon you're using.
Yeah, I think first weapon was like a nightstick.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. And these the monsters in the game. First thing I thought was like, why does this monster has a vagina on its chest? But it's like teeth or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an open mouth that runs from the top of its chest down to its stomach.
Right.
And that's actually their weak point, is if you shoot their heart that's exposed through that open, you can kill them in one shot.
Yeah, because like I'm sitting over here trying to beat it to death with the billy club, and I was like, man, I need a gun, man. Where the guns at? Yeah,
and then you walk into that room, and there's that old guy sitting at the desk. He's like, oh, hey, finally get to see somebody. And the monster just comes up behind him and snaps his neck. It's just...
The other part that was like real freaky when you walking down this hallway and you just see like this big, gigantic monster just dragging his body into the room. Like, oh, man, I ain't ready to fight him. But yeah, man, I really like this game, man. Like,
It's a surprising amount of fun.
Yeah.
Like, because I bought it a few years ago because I had just heard about it. I heard basically what I told you. It's a first-person shooter horror game on the DS, and I was like, that sounds either really good or completely awful. So I bought the game just to try it out, and I ended up liking it so much I bought the second game, which that second game is worth some money now.
Right.
That second game's like $130.
Hey, man, that's a good come up right there.
Yeah, so I like the game myself. I did write down a few things about it. It originally came out in October 31st of 2007, so it's getting up there in age itself. What I found interesting, and for your past like hatred of certain games, I think you'd be interested to know that this was originally pitched to Konami as to be a Silent Hill game.
Oh, I hate Silent Hill.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be a Silent Hill game, but Konami turned them down, so they just kind of went off and did their own thing. And for anybody who's interested in playing this, the game actually, as of when we're recording this, 2 days ago, just got ported to the Switch.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not like it's a sharper look, but it's still like those graphics. It's not like jagged.
Okay.
But so it doesn't look like a brand new game, and I think they're only selling it for like $20. So it's not like they're trying to like get a ton out of you for it, but they did just port this game to the Switch.
Does it play the same?
Yeah, pretty much same. I mean, you have your analog stick instead of the touch screen. Mm-hmm. But
can you play it like on your TV, or do you got to play it?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, because I didn't know if you had to play it like that other game.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh, no, that's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no. So, but for anybody who's potentially interested in this, it's a good game. It's not like the best horror game in the world.
No, it's not. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's definitely playable.
Yeah.
And it will keep your interest.
And I've played the second game, and I will say the second game is better. They fixed my one main gripe with the game, which is you can't use a weapon and the flashlight at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. So, in the second game, unless it's a two-handed weapon, like you're using a shotgun, or you've got like a big like club or something that you use both hands for, you can use the flashlight. So if you're just using like your little stick, you can hold your flashlight in the other hand, or if you just got a pistol, you can hold the flashlight in the other hand. But then if you want to go to the big powerful weapons, you lose your flashlight to use those bigger weapons.
That's crazy. What kind of threw me for a loop when you're walking through and you thinking like the monster is dead. And next thing you know, you just walk right past, like, oh, he's dead. He's laying on the ground. Don't worry about it. The next thing you know, he's up at you. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, so since that first time, I was like, oh, man, I'm killing every monster I see. If it's on the ground, I'm going to double tap it, whatever, beat it with the club. Yeah.
It's a surprisingly competent horror game for a DS game.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Like, probably one of the better games that we've played. Like, I've never played a game this fun for the DS outside of Zelda, to be honest with you. Or what was that, Mario
on the DS?
I think it was Mario. It'll come to me, but it was a Mario on there that I really enjoyed. But yeah, like, this is I'm about to go look for this game. If I could find it. So
I say that one's like $60 for the DS version, but like I said, it just came out on the Switch, and like I said, they didn't really update the graphics too much. You can see it in like the eShop pictures and stuff.
Right.
They made it look sharper, but it doesn't look better, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it. Just a little bit more crisp, but not too not redone or anything like that. So
we gotta get it on our board.
Yeah, damn. Hold on. All right, man. So where you got it at on your list?
On my board, I would probably put it between Bully and Black.
That didn't work out, but all right.
Yeah.
For me, I think I got it between Bully and Sphinx.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems about right for me. So as you can see it, people, check it out. I can't see that, so you got to read it.
So for me, it's Sphinx, Returnal, Actriser, Bully, Dementium, Black, Katamari, Jet Set Radio, then Cathedral. For LSD, it's Returnal, Actriser, Black, Bully, Dementium, Sphinx, Cathedral, Katamari, then Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, that seems like a good set for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's surprisingly fun though. I actually really enjoyed that game, and I'm actually gonna have to buy it so I can go ahead and play some more of it. You know, just something to just kind of knock around in.
Yeah, yeah.
Got my beer shirt off, my beer poncho.
Beer poncho covered in beer.
Yeah, covered in beer.
The next game we'll be playing is Bully for the 360 specifically in our case. But yeah, that'll be the next game we're playing.
We're gonna go ahead and should we get into our second drink now, or
we might as well.
Which one you want to do? We got two bonus drinks.
2 bonus drinks. Trying to get fucked up tonight.
Yeah, shit. You know, it's Halloween
spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, we in the Halloween spirit. Since we too old to go trick or treating, we gonna go trick or drinking. So, which one you want to try? Green or the white?
Probably the green, because I think that'll take longer to get through in comparison.
So I also picked this up when I was down there picking up some drinks for the podcast, and it was interesting. I believe this is Japanese.
Okay.
Or it's Korean. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, Korea. Oh. So this is coming from South Korea. This is called Hanjan.
Okay.
Did I say that right?
You said it as best as I would.
All right. Charcoal filtered for the refreshing and clean taste. It's 14% alcohol.
Yeah, that's a lot. Peach flavored.
Yeah, peach flavored. They had a bunch of them. They had like strawberry, raspberry.
Okay.
I figured peach would be probably better of the battles or whatever.
It's an apple wine with natural flavor.
Yeah.
Produced by South Korea.
There you go. Check it out.
14% is quite a bit. For like a little bottle like this.
Oh shit.
I'm interested to try it. I really like ciders and stuff, so maybe an apple wine is somewhat something around there.
It's either gonna go 2 ways for me. I'm gonna hate it. Or I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
And with it being 14%, that means I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna drink it real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, no, this thing would be scary.
Right.
If it's good, we'll find out here in a second.
So.
Alrighty. It's really light flavored.
I don't like it.
I think it's okay. It tastes like a cheap wine.
Yeah.
With like some peach flavoring to it.
Shit was cheap too.
Yeah.
Shit was like $6.
Yeah. I mean, how much was that Mad Dog?
$6.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna front. I ain't even gonna try to power through it. This shit's disgusting.
I'll drink some of it.
Ugh.
It's not the worst thing I've tasted.
No, it's not the worst. Damn second.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor though in general.
I was thinking it was gonna be like kind of like seltzery, but no, this is maybe it's not cold enough.
That could be. It's not all that cold.
Yeah, you could probably like pour this over like some ice or something, and it might taste a whole lot better. But yeah, this is a no for me.
Yeah, it's just some cheap wine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy it again.
No, definitely not. I've never seen it before, so I thought it would be something that we could try. Hanjan. Yeah, this is a no for me. Check it out, South Korea. But yeah, it's not good. Maybe I'll try it over some ice.
Yeah.
And see how it go. But
once it's chilled a little more, because right now it's not warm, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
cold.
not cold. Maybe if it was ice cold, it'd be a whole lot better. But
yeah, it's definitely some cheap wine.
No, God. It's disgusting.
With a weird peachy aftertaste.
See, that's one thing about this podcast that we're doing. You know, we're trying something new every episode, and this, we're really trying to broaden our palate, and then let our viewers, try something new.
Yeah.
And, we discovered some good stuff, You know, like
The Against the Grain.
Against the Grain.
They've not let us down yet.
Yeah, that Japanese whiskey that that was really good. Yeah, and
that was scary good.
Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Nearest, yeah.
Uncle Nearest was good. But that's a no for me right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into our
right into number 3.
Yeah, number 3, because I'm not gonna even try to power through that. I like this one because I thought it was funny.
Uh-huh.
And this one's called Canadian whiskey, and it's called Swear Jar. That's fucking epic.
I like this bottle a lot.
It kind of remind me like of a milk jug or something.
Yeah.
You know. What's that on the back? What that say on the back?
Whenever someone swears they need to pay up, you'll soon have enough to cover your next bottle.
It wasn't bad. It was like I think it was like 28.
Okay.
$28. But I do like Canadian whiskey.
I really like this bottle too.
Yeah. They had two different ones. That one's aged 6 years, and the black one's aged 10 years.
Okay.
But the black one, I think it was like $30, so it's only a couple more dollars. So, is that glass?
No, I think it's like a metal.
Huh. Let's go ahead and pour up the Swear Jar. Got this nice little seal on it. Goddamn.
I think you got to put money in there now. You said goddamn.
You're fucking right, man. Let me see that. Oh, never mind. Well, it's definitely not a twist. It's actual cork.
Oh, it is a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and pour that up.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be a twist top too.
Yeah.
Based on how it looks, because it kind of looks like a little metal jug.
Yeah, it's actually glass. Huh. All right, then swear. So I gotta put some money in there. Probably pay for some of these equipment that we need.
Yeah.
So,
maybe that's what we should do.
Right.
Every time we say some stupid shit on the podcast.
I mean, I'm gonna be broke every week.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and try the Swear Jar out. See how it is. I like it. I like it.
I'm not sure about it.
Smooth.
It's smooth. It's got a bit of sweetness to it. Bit of smokiness to it.
Yeah. It reminds me of not Crown Royal, but maybe like Canadian Mist.
I've never had that.
Okay, yeah, that's old school. It reminds me of some CC.
It's got a surprisingly strong bite on it.
Well, at the end.
At the end. But I mean, based on like the flavor of it and the smell, it's got a surprisingly strong bite.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I don't know if I would drink this outside of
this,
but it's not bad.
Yeah, I think
if someone handed it to me, I'd be like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy it myself.
Yeah, no. You know, it's I like it. This is better than the Two Tigers.
Oh, a lot better than the Two Tigers.
I could drink this. Yeah, I like it. I don't like that you keep shooting.
I was curious if it would change the taste.
It won't.
No, it doesn't. Well, for as like little taste as this thing actually has, it overpowers the whiskey.
Let's go ahead and get back into it.
We'll get into our main topic.
Main topic. This is a surprise because you won't tell me what our main topic is. I don't even know what it is.
I haven't even told you. The actual audience knows what it is because it'll probably be in the title.
Oh, God. Let me put on my hat. Howdy.
So, in the spirit of Halloween, I decided we'd do something a little different. This one has nothing to do with video games. Nothing to do with video games. It has a bit of a scary creepiness to it, I guess. And it's something that I've always been really interested in myself, outside of my one big hobby of video games.
Okay.
So I have a question for you. Do you believe in monsters?
Monsters?
Specifically, like, cryptid monsters.
Cryptic monsters?
Like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, those kind of monsters.
Kinda.
Kind of. Okay.
Kinda. You know, because I think it's more of the lore of the monsters that I like Loch Ness. Like, it's probably not real, but I would like to believe that there is something in Loch Ness.
So you kind of sit exactly where I sit, where I don't really believe
Right.
any of this stuff, or if any of this stuff actually happened, there was a different reason for it, not some crazy monster. But I love the idea of just an unknown creature existing in our world,
Right.
you know?
Right. You know, Sasquatch.
Yeah.
It sounds like it can happen.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's a lot of stuff that we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So.
And that's the topic. We're talking about cryptids.
All right.
Initially, I was trying to look into cryptids in our current home state here of South Carolina.
Oh, wait. I think I know some of these. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, much like the rest of South Carolina, there's not much that's interesting here.
Oh, because I've heard a few.
There's a few here. We definitely have some. But they're all like knockoffs of Sasquatch or knockoffs of Nessie. I think the scariest, or I guess the most unique one I saw for South Carolina is apparently underneath the South Carolina University. There's a bunch of tunnels that run throughout the campus.
I can believe that.
I can believe that too, yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you go down there late at night, you might see a guy with 3 eyes. It's like, that was like the only not stolen from some other cryptid that we have.
Yeah, because I heard there was one in Lake Murray.
Yep, there's the Lake Murray monster.
Or Lizard Man.
Yep.
I think there's another one, but you probably bring it out. But anyway.
Well, that's the thing is I didn't find all of them too interesting because they're just kind of reruns of other cryptids across the world.
Okay.
So I went to our other home state that we both share in common.
Ooh, Ohio.
Ohio.
Ah, yes. Ooh, is the Green Lady on there?
The Green Lady's not on here.
Ah, man, the Green Lady.
But yeah, I ended up going to Ohio.
Okay.
And I picked out 3 cryptids from Ohio.
I think I know a couple.
Ohio has a good few of them.
Right.
One of them's more from my area of the state. Okay. One of them's more from your area. And then a third one's just... Random, yeah.
Okay.
One I thought was kind of interesting. For anyone who doesn't know, a cryptid is an animal that scientists haven't said is real. Like, we don't have any definitive proof that this creature exists.
Right.
But people claim they've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what a cryptid is. So, yeah, Ohio. The first one, this is more from my side of the pond. The Loveland frog.
I've heard of the Loveland frog.
Loveland frog. That was this one took place about 30 minutes south of where I grew up.
Okay.
In Loveland. It's explained to be, or it's said to look like a humanoid standing on its back legs, about 4 foot tall, and with a frog face. Maybe, you know what I need to do is I need to get like some creepy music playing or something. Yeah. I need to find some creepy background music.
Definitely. But to piggyback on the Loveland frog, if you've been to Loveland, a lot of them motherfuckers look like frogs now.
That's very true. That is very true.
So that might be some backwoods inbreeding right there.
Yeah, somebody probably saw a kid walking across the road.
Right.
So the first sighting of the Loveland frog came from a traveling salesman. He was going down an unnamed road one late May night in 1955.
Oh, yeah.
He saw 3 figures standing on the side of the road. He said they had leathery skin and frog faces.
That's definitely not no frogs, but okay.
Yeah. He then just continued on and I guess didn't do anything about it. He just...
I mean, if you ever seen the movie Wrong Turn, that's exactly what he saw.
I've not seen that movie.
Oh, that movie's so good. Watch the first one.
Okay.
You know, all the other wrong turns, I don't really care. The first one is fucking weird.
All right, I'll have to watch it then.
Yeah.
The second sighting happened in 1972.
Okay.
When a Loveland police officer was driving down Riverside Drive at 1 a.m. in the morning. He said an unidentified animal scurried across the road in front of him. The headlights of his vehicle lit up a creature he described as an animal 3 to 4 foot long with leathery skin. It was crouched like a frog before it stood up on the other side of the road on its hind legs to step over the guardrail, and then it headed down into the river.
Oh my God.
2 weeks later, another officer saw an animal on the side of the road. A similar in the same area on that same road. He saw it on the side of the road, so he got out and shot it.
Shot it.
He took it back to him and showed the other cop that had seen it originally. If he's like, "Hey, is this what you saw?" And the cop's like, "Yes, that's exactly what I saw."
Okay.
It was someone's pet iguana missing a tail.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, so that kind of dispelled the rumors of if the Loveland Frog was a real thing for a while there.
Right.
However, and this is where it ties back into our podcast, gaming podcast. In 2016, a man playing Pokemon Go walked down to Lake Isabella, which is a lake I've actually been to multiple times.
Right.
It's not a great lake, but you can do some fishing there.
Right.
He spotted the Loveland Frog, and what he said was, "We saw a huge frog near the water." Not in the game. This was an actual giant frog. Then the thing stood up and walked on its hind legs. I realized this sounds crazy, but I swear on my grandmother's grave, this is the truth. That was the actual quote from the kid that saw it.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, it's saying a lot. I actually found the picture that he took of this Loveland Frog as proof.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
pull it up here.
Please bring it up so I can see it.
That's the picture he showed. That's the picture that he said, "Yeah, this is the frog. This is the Loveland Frog."
What year was this?
2016.
We had better cameras then. That's all you got?
That's all he got, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how the eyes are glowing that much.
Moonlight?
There's barely any moonlight on that water. And if you look, the shadow or whatever is like, it would be like coming from behind him.
That is true.
So
Flash? It would be red though.
It would be red, yeah. So, I mean, it's very obviously fake. It looks
cheesy.
It looks like someone in either a frog suit or like they made a little animatronic, not animatronic, but like a little statue and just set it in the water.
It looks like Kermit. This shit look like Kermit.
It looks like Kermit with glowing eyes. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got for the Loveland Frog. What I want you to do is at the end of each of these, I kind of want you to give me a rating of how believable do you think this one is? Like, could you see this one being a thing?
No.
No?
I can see it being just some hillbilly.
Yeah, no, that's
just looks weird.
Yeah, it does. It just, like I said earlier, I don't believe in any of these real things really, but I love the idea of this kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I don't see the Loveland Frog being a real one.
No. Only reason I say it's a hillbilly because there's a actual family. Like they're the most inbred family. And have you seen this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They all fucked up. Like
yes, they are.
One dude don't even talk. He just nah.
Yeah.
Click, click, nah. Like the whole family is fucked up.
Yes.
Like, and they're the most inbred family in America.
Yeah.
And it's not too far off from where Loveland Frog is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would think it's just probably some weird dude, probably some type of deformity, that somebody might have saw back then. It's like, whoa, this is a frog guy or something like that. Like, I don't think there's actually the frog man walking around Loveland.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I've heard of it, but I don't believe that one.
It actually ended up inspiring a musical.
A musical?
And the musical is named Hot Damn, It's the Loveland Frog.
Get the fuck out of here.
It came out in 2014, and I looked everywhere online for it. I could not find it.
No.
It was apparently a bluegrass musical.
See?
Yeah. So
it ties back to hillbillies.
I saw a bunch of reviews of it. A lot of people were like, "This was great," but I couldn't find it. Yeah. Yep. So the second one, hold
on, before you go.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I actually like bluegrass. Mm-hmm. I think it's really the banjo that I really like.
Yeah. The banjo does a lot of heavy lifting.
Like,
in that,
how the fuck can you move your fingers that fast? Man, I really like that though. Like, when I see somebody really getting into it with the banjo, I'm just like, that motherfucker could play.
No, if you're good with a banjo, if some bluegrass does sound really good, I like some of it. It's not my choice of
it's not
listen to music, but
but when I hear it,
I can appreciate a good bluegrass song.
Right. Same here. All right, go ahead. Carry on.
So the next one, this one's from the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
This one I think has the stupidest name I've ever heard for a cryptid.
Okay.
It's the Melonheads.
I don't think I ever heard of the Melonheads.
Oh, you should have. You're going to be scared knowing you were walking around Cleveland and you didn't know about these guys. So they could have got you at any moment.
If you've been to Cleveland, anybody can get you in Cleveland.
No. Okay.
So
I only ever went up there once, and that was to see a Cleveland Browns home game with my dad. We got there. We sat through about half of the game. By the end of it, or about halfway through the game, Browns were losing, and we had snot sickles forming on our mustaches because it was so damn cold.
It's cold down there, man.
And we just wanted to go see a home game before we moved to South Carolina.
Yeah.
But we hit halftime. We're like, we're losing too bad. It's not worth the 10 degrees outside or whatever it was.
Right. Melonheads. I never heard of Melonheads.
Yeah. So this one comes from a little east of Cleveland. It said that these creatures, called the Melonheads, roam the woods around Kirtland, Ohio.
That's a little ways.
Yeah, it's a little. It's basically, it's described as the woods between Cleveland and Kirkland.
Yeah,
that area. That's like where you're going to run into these things.
That's a little ways.
It's a big area.
But I've never even heard of this. It must be more of a kind of like Lake County type of deal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly. They're described as being small humanoids with bulbous heads that will occasionally come out of the woods to attack people. While there are no exact dates, the legends say sometime shortly after World War II, a man named Dr. Crow was commissioned by the government to treat children suffering from, and I'm gonna fuck this up, hydrocephalus.
What?
It is a neurological disorder caused by an abnormal buildup of cerebral spinal fluid deep within your head. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
It just the water, the fluid in your head just continues to expand your brain basically, and it's it's not a fun thing.
Yeah, we just call them waterhead people. We big old waterhead.
Well, that's what this one's based around.
No, see, I thought you was gonna say the Lake Erie monster.
No, I was trying to stay away from the typical, the Bigfoots, the
green lady. Story time.
Go ahead.
So, I want to say I may have been 15 or 16. Me and my homeboy at the time, we walked into his girlfriend's house, and it was at night, and we saw like this thing kind of sitting like at this park on the bench or whatever. And it had like this long kind of like dress on or something like that. And my homeboy, he was like real freaked out. I was just dicking with him. I didn't know what it was. It might have just been lady just sitting over there or whatever. But it was kind of like a foggy night or whatever, and we walking, and I was fucking with him. I was like, you see that over there? He like, yeah, man, what the fuck is that? It's fucking green lady. He just took off fucking running. Top speed. I'm laughing so hard trying to run with him, but I mean, he took off, man. He was really scared of that shit, like for real. I was just dicking with him, but when we went back that way, she was gone.
Gone.
Yeah, she was gone.
She probably heard you call her the green lady, got real upset, and was like, I'm just gonna go home and be depressed.
Like, but to be honest with you, like that's like kind of like a Cleveland folklore.
Okay.
You know, the green lady. I don't know if it was a real person or anything. I never looked it up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was like the Cleveland folklore.
Yeah, see, the folklore of my little town was who OD'd and who didn't OD, so that was really...
The frog people.
Well, the frog people were... The Loveland Frog was about 30 minutes south of me.
That's basically West Virginia.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, Melonhead though.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never heard of that one. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it was a new one to me too. I hadn't actually heard of this one before looking stuff up. So yeah, there was a guy named Dr. Crow, and in the 60s he was commissioned by the government to take care of these children that were suffering from this problem. Like he was like, I can fix them. Let's send them to me. So the government did just that. They would send him kids, thinking that he was doing a good thing, that he was helping them out.
What was he doing?
Yeah, little did they know he was an awful person.
Go figure.
He used these kids as guinea pigs for whatever he wanted. He would inject more fluid into their brains, and that's what caused their head to start swelling up. He would expose them to radiation and any other kind of just like torture he felt like putting them through. Like,
so he's just a mad scientist.
yeah, he's just a mad scientist. He exposed them to radiation. All their hair fell off. They just became these.
Yeah.
Almost like, honestly, based on the description that's given from them, they kind of look like gray aliens.
Right.
It's kind of like the most similar thing. They have like normal sized eyes, but
But they're just gigantic
just big heads and like hairless bodies and
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, so he was just basically just an asshole, just using them for his
Just twisted once in ways, yeah.
Yeah, you know, science experiments. That's the word I was looking for. This swear jar got me kind of buzzing. But that's what I was looking for.
No, he was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit, and got away with it. So, fuck him.
Yeah. No, he would do things to torture him. Like I said, the radiation made him end up going hairless. He would cut fingers and toes off of the kids.
Wow.
He basically did all of this, and understandably, it fucked with the kids, and they ended up becoming like savage and like wild animals in a way. And eventually I don't know if they just had enough of it or what, but they decided to finally attack Dr. Crow.
All right.
They went at him, and somehow in this like this fight, something got knocked over or something, and his whole house just went aflame, and he burnt alive in the fire.
Right. As he should.
No, he should have. But after that, the kids just ran off into the forest.
So
they're just out there in the forest, and they'll stalk like the forest line, waiting for someone to come close. They'll jump out, attack them, and try to eat them. So don't let your kids get close to the forest.
Stay away from the melon heads.
Yeah, stay away from them, because I don't know if a kid's gonna be able to fight back as well as an adult. But yeah, that's the melon heads. So what do you think? What do you think about that one? What do you think in likelihood of that one actually being somewhat true? Probably.
Because if they actually did run out, you know, into the woods or whatever, because that area is very wooded. So if they did run out to the woods, they probably still living out there in some type of like caves, shacks or something like that, and they're just reproducing. And then every now and then somebody just see this big head looking Roger looking dude from American Dad creeping through that bitch.
Come over here.
You know, I think that might be. I will believe that one over the frog.
The frog, yeah.
Yeah.
The frog is so like weirdly simple that it doesn't make sense. If that makes sense, like something like Sasquatch. It's like, oh, it's just some weird like offshoot of humans. It's like the Neanderthals evolved into this and they've been hiding from us or something.
I believe Bigfoot more than either one. Mm-hmm. Like that one, I believe.
Yeah, I could see some kind of like intelligent creature that knows like I should stay away from these people and I'm hiding out here. I could see that more than definitely either of these.
Yeah, Sasquatch, or as they say in Trailer Park Boys,
Sam Squanch.
They seen Sam Squanch.
I always liked the beef jerky ones where they could fuck with Sasquatch and get their asses kicked.
Yes, Sasquatch be pissed. he
just beats the shit out of them.
He just beat their ass. Oh man, I remember the commercials. The commercials was funny as hell. Oh man, yeah, that one. Nah, I'll give that one. If we want to rate them,
yeah, you can do like a rating if you want.
I give that a 4.
A 4?
A 4 out of 10. I give that one a 4. Frog is 1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our third one on the list here, this one is the Crosswick Monster.
I haven't heard this one.
This one comes from Waynesville.
I know where Waynesville is.
Yeah, it's for anybody that's it's like a little bit north of Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Like maybe 45 minutes-ish. Yeah. Something about that. It's not a big area. It's a small little town kind of place. Mm-hmm. What's kind of interesting about this one is where, like, you know, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, they've had each year pretty much. There's like thousands and thousands of sightings of this thing just reported. Mm-hmm. The Crosswick Monster's only ever been reported once.
Okay.
In the entirety of it, like being known. Mm-hmm. Our story takes place in Waynesville, May 29th, 1882.
Okay.
2 boys named Ed and Joe went out to a small creek nearby to do some fishing. The boys thought they had heard something from behind them in the brush. When they turned around, they were face to face with a large snake-like creature. Mm-hmm. Frozen from fear, the monster was able to come up close, grew legs out of its body. Mm-hmm. Like they just like it was explained like they like came out of his body, like they were not necessarily like freshly grown, but like they came out. Came up close to Ed and it grabbed him with apparently what were 4-foot long arms. The monster then ran down the creek and up a tree with Ed. Okay. It kind of did that because the boys finally started screaming after it had grabbed Ed. You'd think you'd scream or something a little earlier than it walking up to you and grabbing your brother, but
poor Ed.
Yeah, poor Ed. And it only gets worse for Ed.
Oh no.
It tried to drag Ed into the hollow of the tree. It was trying really hard, and it failed its first attempt of just pulling him in by his hand, so it grabbed Ed with its mouth, its 2 large snake fangs, and was trying to pull Ed into the hollow of this tree with its mouth. Thankfully, 3 men had heard the boys scream when they did, and they came running up. And they just came up to the sight of a boy at the top of a tree. A 26-foot tall tree is what they said. It wasn't quite at the top, but that was how tall the tree was. Just this boy trying to be pulled into the hollow of the tree. And they started yelling and shouting, and they ran up trying to get it, and I guess it kind of scared the monster. And the monster ended up dropping Ed, and he just fell down and landed on the ground. They said half dead. He was like half dead. He was cut up, broken bones, bruised. He was beaten just from being bit and everything. It wasn't going well for Ed. So the men decided to quickly pick up Ed and take him into town and get him to a doctor immediately. They decided that was a more important thing, which I agree, that the boy was severely hurt. But shortly after that, they gathered what was probably the entire town at the time of 60 men. And they went charging into the forest to take this thing down. And they went to the tree, which is, I guess, what this was living in, and they started chopping the tree down. And after they were chopping for a bit, it jumped out of the tree. And it landed on its hind legs, to which they said it was about 14 foot tall. standing on its hind legs.
Damn.
And it just took off. It ran. They chased it for about a mile north until they came across a hill that had a small rocky opening. It dove into the hill, and they attempted to chase it past that, but they couldn't really get into that area. And it just disappeared. It's never been seen again. It's not even like someone fake reported it or something, or I thought I saw it kind of thing. Like, it's just never been seen again since then.
See, I can get on board with that one. That one I could believe, because what I believe, I think, like, I believe in aliens. You know, you can't tell me that in this vast solar system that we're the only ones.
Oh, I'm right there with you. There's too much out there for us to be the only living thing out there.
You know, just in our solar system, we're probably the only living thing. But outside of that, there's multiple galaxies that there are different types of species, whether they look like us or they the 14-foot thing. See, and I also believe that they might have saw an alien.
Could have been. Could have been one of them lizard people.
There you go. 14 feet tall, is scared, and, you know, damn thing just ran off into the woods, disappeared, probably hopped in a spaceship, or it could have been like some type of cloaking device or whatever, you know, and it just like kind of just disappeared.
Gone, yeah.
Right. So that one, I believe. I can get with that one. That one's up there. That's a high 9.
Okay.
That one I can get with.
I do like that story because it's not overcomplicated.
Right.
It's not a ton of people mixing up. Like, even with alien stories, you get like one person's like, oh, I was abducted by an alien on this day, and then all of a sudden 15 other people come out of the woodworks and they're like, yeah, I saw a spaceship too, you know, it tried to put a probe up my butt, you know.
Right.
So you get all this like muddiness. In this case, it was an actual article written in a newspaper that was signed off by some judge at the time or something, I guess. Like, he signed off on it. Like, this is the actual, like, this is a true account from what these people say. Like, I didn't name everybody because there was about 20 names given, but apparently all the names were given because the people there in that story were like, yes, I saw this thing. This is what happened.
Right. Yeah. You know, back then, you know, there's no camera phones, no nothing, you know, so like, I really believe that the movie Man in Black, I believe that's a real thing.
Yeah.
I believe that's a real thing. That, you know, you see aliens and we get nebulized. That's what it's called, wasn't it? The nebulizer?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that it'll wipe your memory back to a certain point if you see something crazy. Area 51, that's all that shit's real. You know, like, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know that they're covering up.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that right there is something that I can get on board with, because I always see stuff like that, and I've always been fascinated with, like, aliens, you know? Like, the Roswell thing, that's interesting to me. Area 51, that's interesting, you know?
Maybe that's what I'll get into next year's aliens.
Yeah,
maybe
like...
some weird, obscure alien sightings or something.
I believe that. I believe they live amongst us, because there's some weird motherfuckers out here.
There are, yeah.
And I believe...
It's either aliens or all the drugs.
Yeah. I believe that is a real thing, and I probably shouldn't talk too loud because we might get, you know, they listening.
If you find us dead...
It was deep fake. For real, man. I believe that shit, man. I believe that shit. Just how, you know, you see something and they was like, we don't know how they did this. Like the pyramids. We don't know how they did this.
Yeah.
They say this is the way, this is our hypothesis how they did this. But you really don't fucking know, man.
Yeah. We don't have any solid, like, this is how it was done.
Right. You know, and I believe that we had alien help.
I can see it. I mean, there's like spaceships carved into the fucking pyramids and shit too, like, or in the tombs and all that. Like
all type of technology, the fucking flat screens, the cell phone, like Bluetooth, you know, that's all some type of alien technology that we figured out how to use it. Like, I believe that shit. That one right there, that's a deep one right there. You went deep with that one. I like that one. That one right there, yeah.
I've always liked cryptids. I don't know if it's because I've always loved video games and the idea of like the lore of these. They create monsters of their own and create characters, and they create all this lore and why all this stuff is there, and that kind of like bled into like, ooh, what if there's interesting monsters in the real world kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know if that's why I like it so much or not, but I don't know. I've kind of like played around with the idea in my own head of starting a YouTube channel where I just go state by state and just talk about as many cryptids as I can find. There'll be like 40-50 minute long videos of me just talking about any like cool, weird, obscure kind of cryptid I can find.
Yeah, that's interesting right there. Like that, I like that one. That was a good one right there. That was a good one.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll get into aliens. Because you seem like you got a lot you want to say about aliens.
Dude. Like, that is my thing. Like, aliens, supernatural. Like, that's something like that's always interested me. And I do believe that there's something like that out here, like, we're, they living amongst us, like they could look like us, but they got like skin coating or whatever, There's some weird people out here, and they do a lot of weird shit, and you just trying to figure out, like, man, like what's their deal? And now we looking at it on the outside looking in, we like, well, man, they probably crazy or something like that, but no, they aliens, man.
Yeah,
they aliens. Like Antarctica, man, like there's something in there.
Yeah,
I believe that there's something in there. Cause what the fuck you down there for?
I mean, you could go with the what's my favorite? It's not the flat earthers, the hollow earthers. Have you heard about that one?
Refresh me.
The hollow earthers believe that there is an entrance in Antarctica that will take you onto the inside of the planet, and on the inside of the planet is where there's a whole nother race. They believe that's where the lizard people come from. They also believe that it's like a whole. They think that's where Atlantis sunk into. There's a whole like thing about it that it's like that's why we're so interested in Antarctica, is like we're trying to keep things from getting out of that so that the government can't, so it doesn't like blow the government's cover of globe Earth,
I believe that. That one right there, I believe that.
I believe that more than flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flat earthers are fucking weirdos.
Have you seen the flat Earth thing where it's like the part of Earth we live in is like only the outside, and if you get past the ice wall, there's like you have like all of the weird like Nordic gods and stuff lands, and that's where like Asgard and all that is, and it's like
I have heard that.
It's like no, come on, man.
I've heard that one. That's a reach right there.
It's like you're already trying to convince people the Earth is flat. Let's not add in mythical gods to the equation. Like,
that one's a reach for me. But the mythical place was a Shangri-La. I believe that. The lost city of Atlantis. I believe that. The Antarctica thing, I believe that. It's just so much, man.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot out there.
There's a whole, like, even cities underwater that, like the ocean is so vast, like you just don't know what's down there.
Oh, I love the ocean. It terrifies me, but I love the ocean.
Right.
And my favorite version of like the cryptid stuff is the what's at the bottom.
Right.
What's down there where we can't see.
Yeah.
Because we go down there every few years or so, we discover an entirely new fish.
Yeah.
And it's the scariest looking fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, it glowing eyes with giant fangs and a hollow body. It's like, it looks like a monster.
Right.
Like the Kraken, the giant octopus. We found that in the depths of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing.
What was the big shark? Was it Megalodon?
The Megalodon, yeah.
I believe that shit's still out there.
It could be. Like,
I believe it. It's so big that you just haven't saw it. But it's there. There's so much that we don't know. Just lost civilizations, and like that one island outside of India. Like there's people there. They've been living this way for centuries. And you can't go on there. They'll kill you. If you go to this island, they're gonna kill you. And like people keep trying to go to this island, and they kill everybody who get on that island.
Yep.
You don't know what the fuck's on that island.
I've heard stories of them like shooting arrows at helicopters, just flying over and stuff like.
I've seen full pictures of airplanes that they just try to low hover, full of fucking arrows at the bottom, full of. So yeah, that's some real shit right there. This was an interesting one, man.
Yeah, I figured for Halloween mix it up a little bit. I was like, my thoughts were like, oh, we could do like top 5 scary games, but it might as well. It gives us a chance to mix things up a little bit. Yeah, might as well. And I think we said at the beginning we weren't planning on making every single episode throughout the entirety of this podcast's run to be 100% video games. But
yeah, because we said we was gonna do like cartoons and
music,
comics and stuff like that. Yeah,
superheroes, stuff like that eventually.
Right. But it's gonna tie back into like some type of video game eventually. But we did talk about that. So, any last words, sir?
Be scared. You never know what's lurking in the woods.
That's fucking true.
Yeah,
that's true. Shit.
Even if you can't see it, it can see you.
Yeah. I ain't afraid of the dark. I'm afraid what the dark hide. That's it, man. Anyways, if you like it, subscribe. I see we got a couple more people subscribe to our YouTube page. That's very exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm always like happy when I see, because we're still a small channel, so it's like every couple of days there's like the number goes up by 1, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, that's very exciting. Like, to be honest with you, I thought we was gonna have 10 followers.
Me too.
But man, we're pushing around 70.
Yeah, we're just about 70.
Yeah, man, 70, man. I'm happy for it. I love every 70 person, all 70 of y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stuck with us through all the bugs and all the bullshit. And hey, we getting better. Like today, the hats didn't work out. I think we should have tried cans, but
yeah, the cans probably would have done a lot better. But
yeah, like it was a little difficult. So trying to balance it and talk at the same time, and so we still learning, y'all, and hopefully we'll get better.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get a studio and some proper cameras set up, and
yeah, it's real janky in here.
Yeah,
but we making it work.
We're doing our best.
we trying, y'all. We really trying. Just trying to make things work, and hopefully y'all still stick with us and continue to watch us,
Yeah, happy Halloween. Hope you enjoy your Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Enjoy it, man. Cheers.
Have a drink, eat some candy.
I want some candy.
Eat some sugar-free. Doesn't taste that good.
Actually, Hershey's make one, and Russell Strovers. If I'm saying that right, they make some.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
For it to be sugar-free. But anyway, that's our time, y'all. We're Too Fade to Play. I'm LSD.
Nah, Megs.
Peace.
See ya.
I thought it was going to be burning up in this thing. It's actually pretty fucking comfortable. I might wear this around.